Okay, that's plenty enough. Wait, that's, yeah, kind of the game. That's good. I was worried because the ambience in that loading screen is pretty strong. Um, some mail we're gonna have to check. We're gonna have to check in a second. But I've done some serious optimization. Oh, I haven't turned down. All right. Yeah, I've done some testing. I've done some testing that hopefully get encoding overloaded at least for the majority of the screen. Uh, just, why is there a sync? Okay. That's that's the weirdest thing I thought. So the EX, I guess you just like get the EX grenade on. Um, you have to. Do I have to put on these sunglasses every time, or every time I load the game or something? I don't even know what these glasses are. It's just that you have. Anyway, clearly it's time down all our monster. Done it. Okay, done it. Oh, oh, yeah. I got mail and stuff. How's BB doing, Sam? We managed to avoid autotoxemia altogether. By the way, I've been wondering, how are your porter grades these days? Getting better and better, I imagine. Or maybe you don't really care about all that. Well, in case you do, I thought it might give you a quick primer, since I know it can be confusing. Bridges have developed a unique system to evaluate porter performance, and it focuses on five categories: cognition, delivery volume, speed, bridge length, and miscellaneous. Obviously, the aim of the game is to get high grades in all five categories. If you ask me, though, you should prioritize cargo condition. I mean, what's the point of lugging someone halfway across the continent if it's been smashed to bits in the process? Sure, some people aren't all that bothered, but some will even let you get away with up to 10% damage or so. But come on, imagine if you ordered a dozen thingamages, half of them were delivered broken. No, it's definitely better to put condition first and treat your cargo with care and respect. You'll be with way more luck, trust me. And that was my motto back when I was a porter. It wasn't always easy, but as you can imagine, some of these things got dicey, and I learned to hang in there and deliver my cargo on one page. You'll do well to bear that in mind, Sam. After all, you've got the potential to be a way better porter than I ever was. Okay? Hey, Sam, how you doing out there for a newbie? You're quite the workhorse, huh? Timefall is probably taking its toll on your equipment, right? Maybe some of your kit's not even usable anymore. Well, don't jump the gun and throw that stuff away yet. The one thing you could do is take your old equipment to a delivery terminal, cycle it. Then you can fabricate yourself a new shiny or whatever to use instead. Don't know if you're aware, but the whole recycling system is operated by the Bridget Strand Foundation. That's right, the president herself set it up as a means that busted balls and gears back to resources. On the other hand, if the equipment is only halfway to broke, but you still want parts anyway, you can use the share locker to donate it to another porter whose needs is greater than you. You may end up getting a like or two for your generosity. Never mind feeling you have helped your fellow man. Of course, the system works both ways, meaning you can snag stuff from other porters that are put in share lockers too, but it, if you're the one who could do with a helping hand. Anyway, both the recycling system and the share lockers have their uses, and it's up to you to pick which methods best suit your needs at any given moment. You've given you've still got a lot to learn, I guess, but you'll have all figured out in no time. It's got high hopes, kid. I don't know why. Like, one, he's a legend, and two, um, then and then he's also a newbie. I don't quite get that whole thing. That's how. How about taking a break in a private room? You've been working hard, Sam. Your porter grade ought to go through the roof if you keep this up. I wonder though, how is your BB doing? Even if you're feeling fine, it might be a good idea to give the little guy a break from time to time. I don't know. Um, I can't help but empathize with the BBs, I guess. Maybe, of course, I'd be one too if my last name begins with a B. You know what I mean? Uh, okay, bit weird. So yeah, head down to one of those underground facilities, private room. I mean, um, take a load off. It's my advice. You'll be BB will thank you for it. Yeah. I want you to look for lost cargo. You're doing very well, Sandbridge, but I expect nothing less from the great deliverer. Although, uh, yeah, I've heard the stories. Rumor is that you're a big Half-Life fan. Once we were united, but now we're scattered all over. But that's why we've got to keep working, right? Anyways, listen, I've got a favour to ask. I want you to find some lost cargo for me. You know the river to the north of the distribution centre, west of capital, not city. If you follow it north centre, you should find what you're looking for. It's a cube. It ought to be easy to spot. You've probably never seen anything like it before. I wouldn't blame you for being so leery, but it's not dangerous. It's really important to me. Important as life itself. If you manage to find the cube, you should take it back to the distribution centre west of capital. Took in a bunch of likes way in exchange, of course, a little something extra too. Look, you're the only one who can help me, Sam, can't you? So there's some uh, like Half-Life related thing going on there. All right, hard work is paying off. I wonder where you are right now. If it's something powered by one form, uh, if anyone should be benefiting from our work, it's you. So you brought us into the network. We could only provide power to a small region. Now we can send it to all the big cities beyond. I don't know 100% of the details, but basically transmitting it via the breach, by the breach, the beach means we don't have sort of any additional loss due to increased distances. So it can go as far as we need to. Good thing we kept the faith in the second expedition, kept this place properly. Uh, your efforts made it worthwhile. We can't thank you enough. Okay, cool. Uh, Tips like I already see like all the tips anyway. So just get rid of all of the notifications on the tips. Oh my god, there's so many there's so many interviews. Not now, later. Not now. Later. Yeah. So we need to go back to like the main. Uh, oh, I already constructed a bridge. These are like optional missions. That sucks. That is construction bridge, but already made a bridge. Uh, uh, same private lock. I've got these. Oh, with those, yeah, okay. Uh, well, I mean, they're not heavy, right? So let's put it on the tool rack. Then there's also a personal construction kit, which uh, actually to got plenty of spots there. I already have a ladder on. What don't I have? Which I maybe should have. Uh, yeah, that seems fine. That seems fine. So yeah, with the personal construction kit that we've got now, we can repair the bike. This is a bike out here, and we can make a generator.
Hey Sam, you could probably get that bike running again if you charged it with a generator. Why not give it a try?
Yeah, I agree. So we're. Oh my god, really? That's super weird. Pers- Personal construction kit. I want the bike to be in range. It to be out of the way. There should be good. There should be good. But I wonder if this will be a full generator if I'll need the materials as well. Thankfully it's right here so I can always grab more material. Oh no, it's just there it is, it's just construction complete. Okay, great, that's good. And apparently these like do their own thing and charge their own batteries when they have charge. I don't know much about that. But do we actually oh yeah. Um our destination is capital city. I just want to make sure I've actually got the correct. If I go back to there, will that then allow me story? I have to assume that yeah, the next thing is there. Yeah, because I have orders available there. Okay. So it's just going up around. Oh, yeah, no. I was like, is there a thing there? There's maybe like a through route if you climb. I have the bike, so bike. My fixed default, but when I'm not on it, I guess I can just pick this up. Car character figurines, just extremely, uh, extremely important cargo. I tell you. Well, these aren't all that fast, are they? The more this way, yeah, there is. Looks like it's about to rain. Hopefully, we won't get caught out. That'd suck. Oh, look, mule. I'm sorry, boys. I'm on a trike. Not really a whole lot you can do. Ha 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 ha. For some reason, it looks like the audio's gone all quiet. Hopefully, it isn't that bad. That's nice of that guy to make the generator there. Oh, oh, we're fine. I'm surprised there isn't a balance mechanic on the trikes. Unfortunate for those resins. What was that? Was that someone's hologram, I guess? Nice. Okay. Looks like the We're back in. Hell yeah. I got him another mail then. How are your porter grades? I'm sure you're aware that when that trying to account for all five factors is the basic premise, but anything like me, you just want to deliver as much as you can. Am I right? So if you could always just load yourself up with a massive haul and aim for the bridge's bonus total cargo weight, nothing wrong with simple approach. Of course, in the good old days it was easier. Roads were much better back then, so all you could do was put all the stuff in the back of a truck and go for a drive. You can't do that now. So even if you got a truck, they're usually much more trouble than worth. Hell, sometimes you'll see them sitting on the side of the road, locked and abandoned. Anyway, on the bright side, since lugging big loads of cargo is so hard these days, folks are really grateful when a porter manages it. Hence the bonuses. Here, the distro center, for example, we have made sure we've got plenty of food and materials in stock, which means we have made every delivery count. I dread to think what would happen if we ran out of supplies. Oh, and how about this from extra motivation? I found that my obsession with heavy loads actually made me stronger, able to carry even more. But now that I've said my piece, you know how to make yourself popular around these parts. Stack your cargo high. I mean, that's what I've kind of been doing. I've just been trying. Um, Thank you, Steam. The friends network is unavailable. Thanks. I really needed to know. Ooh. Okay. The audio levels are definitely totally out of whack right now. Don't know why the audio is cable import. Yeah. They're Stranding maxed out cable. So why is it not being loud? What's up with that? Did I? Uh, why is the BB voice? What? That's weird, isn't it? That seems weird to me. 100 volume. Should go to the cable import. So it's really weird. Haha, yeah, I am. I don't know what happened with the volume, but like for some reason it's much quieter than before. So I'm just gonna turn it up, and then I'm gonna hope it's fine. Because the game I originally bounced the game audio last stream, but I just didn't. Uh, Death Stranding. Oh, how are you, Marty? How are you? We're rebuilding the United States for reasons. Um, let's see if we can. Yeah, no, that's fair. It is. It's 1 a.m. I don't blame you. Uh, cool. Nice.
Sam, this is our first attempt at developing an anti-BT weapon. I had to work fast with what we had, so they're basically modified hand grenades. At least, that's how they're meant to function. They've never actually been tested in the field. Who knows? You might be the first person to kill a BT. And wouldn't that be something? But, even if they do work, don't forget that they're fueled by your blood. Use too much, and you'll give yourself anemia.
Okay, so the reason you get the blood bag is because um the grenades take away your blood. That makes sense. You're playing Dark Souls, the original Dark Souls. Oh, I have two in my supplies. I have both two of both of my supplies. Probably don't need more than that. This looks ridiculous. But I don't have anything on the rack, so I guess that works. I don't have enough space for all of these things. Oh, I can place in pouch. That's good. Okay. I can actually carry all this stuff. That's good. But I don't think I need to. So yeah, I've got these lost cargo stuff I need to return. But I'm not overweight on stuff, so that should be fine. I've only ever completed 3, and I beat it all but one boss, including the DLC. I can't bother to beat the last boss. But now you're playing the first game. You beat Gale, but you can't beat the dragon. Okay, well I've not played a whole lot of Dark Souls. I kind of got I always get to the point where you're you meet Soler and get the multiplayer thing, but then I never seem to progress past that. Uh, and it is on the to play kind of thing. Galen, okay, sure, yeah. I don't, I know that. I think basically the furthest I've got is the because wait no, I think I get past Soler because I do ring the first bell. I've rung the first bell at least like 3 times, but I never got past that. Oh wait. Oh yeah, I forgot it auto like entrusts. The moonlit butterfly. Nice. And having fun, I guess. I mean, Dark Souls is fun. Cool. Oh yeah. Now we're at a much more reasonable level. Grinding out some levels to be able to use the sword I got. I remember the place to best grind levels is to use the is to use that bridge with the dragon on it, because then if you use the bridge with the dragon on it, he like kills um like quite a few souls, and then you can just keep going back to the bonfire, back up the ladder, back to the bonfire, back up the ladder, and it's quite efficient. Yeah, I know about Blighttown.
Sam, having dooms gives you advantages most folks don't have. But as capable as you are, you're also a member of Bridges now. An organization filled with experts in a whole variety of fields, all of whom are ready and willing to help. The team is here for you, Sam. All you have to do is ask. Got it? Good.
I've definitely heard that it can be a pain um, to get through Blighttown because of all the poison, but it's not an unreasonable challenge from what I'm aware. Oh really? How much do they differ? Really? Oh. Yes. I did it. Recommend playing 3 on stream. Yeah, no, for sure. Like 3 is on the list, but I'm probably going to be doing Dark Souls 1 and 2 first before that, and probably not all at once. There's no consistent story. Yeah, I mean, I know, but I still kind of want to play them in order. Yeah, I did, yeah. I do want to play the remaster, but I'm not buying a PS5 for that. Like, no thanks. I'll pass. I drove over someone's cargo. Rip Chinese guy. What is going on? Okay. Those BTs. I wonder how this works with drive through it. No problem. They can't catch me. Cargo wee. Frame time. Frame time? Oh, I might be getting encoding overload stuff. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. This game takes like a shit ton of processing power, and my graphics card can't all consistently play the game and do the fucking the encoding for recording and streaming at the same time. I actually had to reduce the quality to get it to get it to like not have like just get a 3090. Yeah, I definitely have the money for that. I don't know. I wish I could plug in my old graphics card just to do encoding on. But they're like unless I changed my cooler, I don't have enough space to do so. So, uh, what the hope is that I won't be playing a whole lot of really power intensive games on my computer while streaming. Thankfully, a lot of them are like, because even like Dark Souls 1, I can stream that just fine because it's not like it's not like this where like the game tries to emulate real life or whatever. But yeah, so this is a good point. If I don't actually know, well, one, I'm gonna get a cup of coffee first. 1 second. Then we're gonna figure out the route that I'm gonna need to do. Coffee time. All right. What do you mean bent motherboard? Oh, okay, because it's that heavy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel that because that thing's like a 3-port monster. It is like that. If you're not careful, you're gonna break your motherboard and the graphics card. Okay, so it looks like. Is there a way to zoom in? Zooming in would be nice. Oh hell, okay. Can zoom in. All right. So I have a bridge. Looks like there's gonna be BTs there, but I think I could drive through that. What's the kind of terrain like? Ooh, I think I'm gonna have to abandon my bike at some point unless I try and go through there. After that, it shouldn't be a problem. Also, can we just mention how fucked the scale of like the map is? Because like this Port Knot City is like this is like Florida or something, isn't it? Because the weird like geometry of the world that the map that's going on. So yeah, drive over the bridge, over the bridge, and then fucking leg it through the train, and then that should be a simple thing from there. But that looks like a reasonable route from looking at the map. That might be a tough bit there. Depends when I get there. I didn't actually understand anything in this game. I don't understand how to progress or anything, so I just stopped. Well, the progress isn't that hard. You just do jobs. Um, like yeah, there is some bits where there's things you don't have to do. There's like totally a ton of like side content that you can do for deliveries. Generally you have to like for example, I was down here and I knew I had to go all the way over here to pick up the delivery to then go all the way over here. So, um, yeah, it was yeah, exploring seems to be a bad idea in this game, which is kind of unfortunate considering the game is about fucking walking, right? um, but yeah, it seems like a bad idea to try and explore because like the content, a lot of at least the main story content requires you to go from like go back and forth for different bits of deliveries and stuff. So I'm mostly just trying to do the main story content, and so far I've been quite good at recognizing what's like proper content and what isn't. Um, um, but yeah, go for poop. Yeah.
began with the beach, or rather our discovery of it. Once, the question of life after death was answered only by religion and philosophy. But when we learned of the beach's existence, death became something more tangible, knowable. The living soon walked the shores of the afterlife, while dead things, beached things, began to find their way back. And then came dooms, and with it a host of theories advanced by physicians and psychologists, desperate to explain the world's newest mystery. The symptoms were duly categorized and stratified into levels. But repatriates like you are a singularly rare breed, worthy of a classification all your own. The specialists must have been climbing over one another to get a look at you. I wonder what they found.
Looks like we're about to encounter BTs. The Earth is so fucked in Destro. It's like, yeah. What? Yeah, the train is like totally like, what the fuck is going on? So 100%. Okay, it looks like we're gonna have to drive around. Hopefully, not gonna be a problem. Oh. Oh. Drive away, drive away. Run away, run away. Oh god, please get over the thing. No. Go back. No. Quickly. No. Oh, oh. Nope, the dead. The dead. Oh, fuck. I need to get the aid. And run away from whatever the fucking Cthulhu monsters is. Will this little bit rock save me? Apparently, yes. Or not. Never mind. Fucking leg it, mate. Will he give up? No is the answer. That?
Heads up, Sam. Your BB's gone into autotoxemic shock. Without its input, your ultra deck will no longer react to BTs, so you'll need to be more careful. Head to a private room if you want to restore functionality.
Right. And I guess this is what I get for trying to be too cocky with the bike. Hmm. My plan would have worked if it wasn't for those stupid rocks. um, I mean, the one thing is the train is exactly like the point. Like, if the train actually tried to be anything, is actually tried to be anything like real life, then the game would not be interesting because most of the US is incredibly flat. How did the fish get here? My bike is still here. Yes. Oh, no, it's different. Is it a different bike? I don't know. Either way, I have a bike. Hell yeah. Fucking go. I've got to get down there. I don't know if you ever had this problem. I don't know if you were playing it on console or, and I don't know if this problem exists on console, but I have insane loading times for some reason or another. With BTs existing, there's no humans would still exist and manage to thrive in any community. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I don't know. It's. I think. I mean, maybe I don't know. But I generally I found the beginning of the game quite interesting, just because you have no idea what's going on. It's like people they keep talking about in acronyms that you just don't know what it even means. Like there's the beach, which I think is a literal beach, but I yeah, Firewatch, but being a postman in real life, and also amnesia. I don't think he has amnesia, but it's like amnesia. It's like oh amnesia. Oh, you mean amnesia the game? Oh yeah. I mean yeah. I guess yeah. Yeah. I can see that. I can see that. Yeah. No, that's yeah.
You, the porter,
Yeah.
the
I
one
guess so.
they sent to do the work of a team. You and your 2 feet to fill all them boots. Cargo's in perfect condition. I won't lie, that's some feat.
Hell yeah. 7% damage. Nice. Oh my. That's a lot in the this delivery volume thing. We're nearly at the level 2 of the delivery volume. Yeah, because that was only 5 kilometers, but I believe we're about to get a map to show where we are in the US. But like, if it was that short, the US would only be a few hundred kilometers wide.
Do chiral age or some shit?
Yeah. Is that cool?
Hell yeah, go for it. Been waiting forever and a day for this.
Okay, yeah, look. So we're like nearly like 40% of the way through the US, but we went from the entirety of the fucking where New York City is essentially to all the way to where like I don't know where this is. someplace in the fucking basically the middle of the US, and that was only 5 kilometers. So like it what like that's not 5 kilometers. If it's that's 5 kilometers, it's we've got like a map of about like 20 kilometers wide. We need more stats bars. I'm thinking stamina health. We need something to be our magical bar, but obviously it's not magic in the real world. Piss meter. Piss meter.
Wait. Where'd you get that? That little guy. Same as mine.
I mean, okay.
Yeah, I can't really say. But the little guy, he came with the pod, if you gotta know.
And who'd you get the pod from?
Igor.
Piss
His
meat.
proposal.
I don't know. Like I don't know what the piss meter is.
What? He just gave
I don't know if I'm missing a mechanic here. I've not made him piss yet, so
Body. Things went to shit. There's BTs everywhere. And one of them grabbed him. So he told me to take it and run.
no, yeah, no, I saw that you could, but I don't know why you would. Why would you make?
catastrophe like that.
Why would
Doing the same work.
why would you make them piss?
Been a long time coming, I suppose. You take good care of that little guy. He belongs with the expedition. With you.
Because Kojima.
Alright.
True. That is how that is exactly how Kojima works. That's true.
Can't think of anyone who could use it more.
Cool. Grenades. Bag. Oh. Private locker.
Sam, you've done it. Port Knot City is back on the grid. This community, a part of the UCA. Their data, a part of our shared wisdom. With enough time and
50 different concepts that seem unique and complex but actually derived from and ultimately lead nowhere and leaves you kind of sad. Maybe. I don't know. I need to play MGS3. I think MGS3 is might be the next game after this one. With MGS3, I can like I won't have these horrible frame drop of like things as well. That's another Kojima game, and what it is, I played like one session of it, and then like dropped it because I had played 1 and 2 immediately before it. But I heard that game's really good.
No, not for years now. Terrorists took out everything bridges that floats. Only boat in town belongs to a private courier.
Private courier?
Kept you waiting, huh?
Express?
I did. Red Moon, Samiraj.
Load the boat with some of the supplies you brought us.
Good day.
I'll bet the folks in Lake Knot will be tickled pink to see someone.
It's close to I kept Snake waiting for like 3 years or something for not playing the game.
Don't worry, Fort Knot never gets the rain. Feel free to rest up in your room before you head out.
This game's been pretty good so far. My main problem with the game is my hardware can't handle it. I am looking forward to the end. I am. I'm arguably going through it and only really doing the main story stuff anyway.
Good morning, Sam. Blood collection complete.
Marmite the game, yeah. Like I've saw a lot of video titles that are like the game's good, but only certain people like it, which I guess is fair enough. Okay, there's quite a lot of text that I avoided reading at the very beginning of the stream because there was like 14 interviews or whatever that I haven't read. But I do want to read them, so I might actually do that now before the next kind of mission of walking. Look at it. Look at the guy showering. Man ass. Hell yeah. So every time I don't know what these glasses are for. I don't know what they represent. Oh yeah, that's also like a thing which I said that immediately when like the fucking beginning of the thing where they put their hoods up and there's no like face thing unless they've got some kind of technology which stops the rain going in their face. I'm not sure how that works. That's true. Are the glasses meant to be like a reference to something? I don't know. He doesn't care if his face gets old. He just doesn't want grey hair. Okay, let's back up to that. It's just motorcycle glasses. Yeah, but is it like a reference to anything? Because I don't really get why they exist and why they teleport from place to place if you don't put them on. Bridge links make the world a better place. Sounds like you've been showing us all how it's done. I've been making more deliveries myself, though I'll have you know the Oxy really helps me cope with the fear, so thanks for that. But don't go thinking I've got ice in my veins or anything. I'm still panic easy. I still drop plenty of cargo when I do. Doubt I'm the only one though. I've got plenty of stuff that from other porters that I've lost. So I try and do the right thing when take that dropped cargo I can to the nearest post box, leave weapons, gear, and shared lockers. Won't lie. Sometimes I feel like saying fuck it and letting it lie, but what goes around comes around, right? So I need someone to recover lost cargo, and someone will do the same for me. That's how the bridge links are formed, after all. Most of us will never be legends like you, no shame in that, but if we work together, make connections, we can all make the world a better place. That's where the bridge links comes in. Together we can accomplish much more than we ever could on our own, and that's the truth. Okay? That's just talking about the weird kind of asynchronous multiplayer thing that the game has. I don't know. I kind of just slot the lost cargo in the thing and then never think about it. I've never picked up stuff. I don't know if that then places the lost cargo somewhere else in someone else's player game. I don't know how that works. Do the secret pizza job later. It's worth it. Good tip to play on hard. It makes the progression faster. What does hard do? Taking care of your BB. How are you doing, Sam? How's your BB? Me, I'm a bit worried. That's why I'm writing to you. Actually, you see, I used to have a BB of my own back in the day. I'd jack in whenever I went out on a run, standard procedure, and all that. The thing is, there's just uh, this thing just between you and me. I started to actually care about my BB. Yeah, I know. I went to all the briefings. It's just equipment. Don't empathize. Don't get attached. Well, easier said than done. Especially when it gave me a like. A piece of equipment can't do that, right? Equipment doesn't like being rocked either, or get soothed by the sight of a spinning or a deck. Check out your tips. You're not sure how to do stuff like that. My BB loved it too when I took her swimming. And we just float on the water, but get real scared if we dove in, went under. Like a tool wouldn't like a tool wouldn't give a shit about any of that. Bet your BB's the same, right? Reacts to things in any ways like it can't be explained. Man, I miss those days with the little guy. We'll take good care of your BB, won't you, Sam? What I'm saying, I know you will. Yeah, I mean, I am attached to the baby. It's my baby, and I won't let it die. And I'm sure I will get torn away from each other at the end of the game. It'll be very sad. You get 5-star delivery faster, and you won't need to deliver as many things then. Okay. But so when you play on hard, does it actually how does it make it harder? Does it just mean there's more BTs around, or like, or is there's more? You have to pick up more things. About my brother, ever since I told you about my brother, I haven't been able to stop thinking about him. I want to make one thing clear though. I don't blame you for what happened. Igor wouldn't have either. I know that. I know that. It's weird though. We aren't all that close, and back then when he was alive, I'd go weeks without thinking about it. But now, well, it ain't the same. That ain't the way the things go. Well, ain't that the way these things always go? You've still got that little keepsake of his. Sounds kind of stupid, but I've started thinking of it like his alter ego or something. You know, it was his dream to go west with the second expedition, right? He never made it, but if his favorite toy does, almost feels like he would make up for it, at least a little. You showed the little guy the signs now, you hear? Lord knows you'll never get to see him. Okay. I think it makes the enemies a bit harder. Actually, I think the game makes the game more easy. I mean, if it makes it so that there's faster progression, then I don't mind switching to hard to make the game, to make that happen. Okay, that's the explanation of the mules. Humanity's biggest problem: logistics. War and famine have always been escapable parts of human life since the rise of our species, and while the fall of America hasn't changed fundamentally, it's fair to say that these issues aren't pressing concerns. Can you remember the last time you've heard of a prepper dying of starvation, much less someone in a knot city? No one's fighting over water or oil or anything else, which isn't to say people don't occasionally run out of supplies, but it's almost never because of a real shortage. It's actually a problem with logistics. In fact, it was to address such problems that the president created bridges, developed the chiral network. So yeah, no one's that desperate. Everyone's got enough themselves, which led to the real problem is it's too easy for people to become isolated from one another and forget that others exist. People are free to live themselves at the moment without care for the future. The president understood this better than everyone, and I just know how much it pained her. Yeah, true. True. Chiral network experiments between Capital and Capital One. 1 year and some months ago. Madam President, this will be your new office from today. The relocation of your office residence has also been completed, but the entire medical team has been brought along as well. Rest assured, this information regarding this move has been shared shared on a need-to-know basis only. Understand that following the loss of New York, you wished to direct the reconstruction efforts from Central Knot City. But in light of recent separatist activity on the eastern seaboard, we're no longer considering it safe. We will see to it that people continue to believe you're in Central and Bridges HQ will operate as normal, as per your orders. Network research teams, delivery systems managed have all been covertly transferred here, Capital Knot City. We are doing our utmost to expedite the testing of the chiral network link between Central and Capital, and while not neglecting your immediate medical needs, of course, this will be our base of operations for the next stage of the fight to rebuild America. Madam President, I'm happy to report that the trial run was a success. The connection between Central and Capital was established without incident, no chiral spikes or other irregularities. The Cupid functioned within acceptable parameters. There's still a lot of work to do. Chiral holograms, chiral printing, and data recovery are yet to be proven viable, but the confirmation that the data can be sent via the chiral network is a huge step forward for the UCA. Our next step is to use the Cupid to establish connections with other cities. Preparation for the second expedition are already underway. We're still trying to track Sam down, but as soon as he's back with us, he'll be given his new command. So they've been planning this for an entire year, apparently. Mules and local porters. When people hear mules, they think junkies driven crazy by the desire to steal supplies we so desperately need to survive. Lucky for us, not all couriers are predisposed to this condition. Not all mules, in fact. They were professionals once, and some still are. Some even complete proper deliveries from time to time. Fragile Express has been known to use them, along with independent porters. For those at risk of losing it, they say the only way to starve off the syndrome is to join a distro organization with strong leadership and support to help the fact to keep you on the straight and narrow. Or you can strike out on your own, but that's no easy path. There's a reason guys who run solo have a reputation for being bulletproof. Yeah. So, read that one. I think I didn't read this one. I actually just scrolled down to it before. The Egyptians believed that we humans were comprised of two elements, the Ha and the Ka, the body and the soul. Various texts expounded upon their nature in detail, but perhaps it is simplest to conceive them as follows. The soul is what joins with the child in the womb and gives life to the body. It is also what departs the body upon death. Ergo, the body is simply a vessel, and should the soul return to it, it will live again. This is precisely what is observed in near-death experience, a soul separated, albeit briefly, from its body. The Egyptians believed death not to be an instantaneous change of state, but a process where the soul moves from one realm to another. But this process itself has changed thanks to the death stranding. In the normal order of things, when death occurs, the soul vacates the body and passes into the seam. From there, it transitions to the beach, and only then on the world, and only then onto the world of the dead. But after the stranding, a soul that remains. I'm not reading well at the moment. But after the stranding, a soul that has made its journey to the beach may attempt to return to its body in this world. It is hard to believe at first, but the process of necrosis provided proof of this phenomenon that was difficult to deny. This is why it is imperative we burn the bodies of the dead. The bodies must be destroyed to sever the link with the soul. Only then will the soul be free to journey to the world beyond. So, life after death, in terms of the soul and stuff, is apparently a real thing in this universe. Interesting. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that kind of works out. Because like, is the beach like a? Because it sounds like the beach was a thing before the Death Stranding happened, which then it implies that there's a whole other like kind of what was it, like a history to the world. Then it's not just always our world, but future and also death. Chiral symmetry. The word chiral comes from the Greek "ear," meaning hand. Compare your left with your right. They seem similar in both size and shape. Yes. Now face your palms away from you. Place one hand over the other. Their shapes do not overlap exactly. We'll put your palms together and voila, voila. It's a well, I'm pretty sure you pronounce that. A match. It's as if one hand is the mirror image of the other. But then again, if you were actually compare the mirror image of your hand to yourself, we would see that the two are not identical. This is the essence of chirality. The state in which the mirror image of a shape does not exactly match the original. Okay. It has been theorized that BTs are mirror images of ourselves. Were we to exist at the same point in time, space as shapes, as it were, would not overlap neatly into one another, save the reflection. And when our particles, their opposites, a void out occurs, the new form of communication we have devised utilizes beaches, which are akin to mirrors reflecting this world and the other, hence the term chiral network. I'm not quite sure I understand what that means. One second. All this reading is very, very hard on the throat. Always good to get some piping hot coffee. That's for sure. Okay. Kyrillium. You would like to know them. You would like to know more about Kyrillium? Well, wouldn't we all? I'm happy to present the latest theories, but you must be aware that this is all they are, theories. Kyrillium is a it, Kyrillium, like dark matter, was born along with our universe and has existed ever since. Not just in a dimension, just not in a dimension we are able to perceive. Until now, it is the beach that gives us access to that dimension, and with it, knowledge of Kyrillium's existence, not just knowledge of. It is the beach that gives us access to that dimension, and with it, the knowledge of Kyrillium's existence, not just the knowledge of it, of course. Right? We have since observed it coalescing into a crystalline form and recorded measurable physical and mental effects on the individual exposed to it. It has reshaped our understanding of reality and proven instrumental in the formulation of the multiverse theory of beaches. Chiral matter is not affected by the passage of time as far as these particles are concerned. None has elapsed since the Big Bang. So chiral matter is like light then, right? Because light has the same property of not on like it's light because it travels at this at least in theory, light doesn't perceive time either, because it generated the photon is generated and immediately uh, to the perception of the massless thing, which is a photon, immediately reaches its destination and then gets absorbed. So I guess chiralium is the same way? I don't know, probably not. Probably thinking too much into that. Chiral, chiral contamination. Chiral contamination is the result of prolonged exposure to chiral radiation, which is emitted by chiralium, a substance discovered at the same time as the beach. Prolonged exposure can significantly impact physical and mental health. The effects are not dissimilar to those observed in individuals exposed to extremely high levels of stress, levels which can be fatal even. Such traumatic experience can alter hormonal secretions, impair immune response, contribute to heart failure, and induce strokes. The most common symptom of chiral contamination is poor sleep quality due to vivid nightmares. If left unchecked, however, it can quickly progress to a more advanced stage, which the aforementioned issues may be observed. The potential impact on an individual's mental health cannot be understated. The resulting hormonal imbalances frequently lead to heightened destructive impulses towards the self and others. Those dominated by such urges are named homodemons. I think they pronounce it demon as well in the universe. The mad ones. In the case of some porters, such as mules, impacted memory and judgment has led them to develop an irrational obsession with their profession, hence Homo Gestalt moniker. While it should be feasible and preferable for most individuals to avoid chiral contamination at all cost, those with demonstrated resistance do not need to be so cautious. I, of course, speak of dooms sufferers. So that's what dooms is. Dooms is people who are less susceptible to chiral contamination. Well, that's... I'm glad the game explained that to me. Thank you, game. Thank you. Chiral contamination can be alleviated using similar methods to those used to alleviate stress, increasing oxytocin secretion through contact with other people, administering smart drugs, and so forth. In recent years, however, a hormone dubbed lysine, known to mitigate the effect of chiral contamination while also restoring basic physical and mental acuity, has attracted a great deal of attention from the scientific community. Like oxytocin, lysine cannot be administered externally. It is secreted within the body, but only in response to external stimuli. So it is said to be the hormone primarily responsible with the positive feelings that occur when one achieves a goal, enjoys success, receives praise or gratitude, or any other form of like from a fellow human being. Okay. So that's what the like system is all about. The like system is to increase the output of lysine. Lysine. I guess it would be like. Pretty sure if it's if it would be like lysine. Said it like that. I don't know. So that's what all the likes are about. Is to stop people going mad from viral contamination. Great. Okay, nice. The discovery of beaches and the concept of death. With the discovery of the beach and the fundamental truth of death was upended. I doubt you will find many who would deny this. Alas, we can say little with confidence in any objective or scientific capacity, for our understanding of the new realm remains in its infancy and is ever evolving. Much like our understanding of the universe as a whole, Perhaps the closest thing we have to a working explanation of the beaches relates to the conception of a multiverse, but I digress. The beach is arguably both a concept and a reality. A discrete beach is influenced by the mind of the associated individual, therefore irrevocable. This is why we have so energetically pursued the psychological, psychoanalytical, and neuroscientific angles when attempting to create a unified theory of the death stranding, the beach, and related phenomena. There was a fad a while back in which subjects underwent counselling in order to learn more about their beaches, and in doing so, gain a greater understanding of the nature of death. Doomed sufferers, in particular, provided excellent opportunities for the study. An interesting theoretical question arose during that period: if a person's beach was a product of their subconscious, might animals have beaches as well? A conundrum on the surface, perhaps, but one, oh, pardon me, quickly resolved. Only human corpses undergo necrosis and become BTs, which proves somewhat conclusively that only a human can possess a beach. Well, okay, so everyone has an individual beach, and beaches are what make the chiral network work. And doomed sufferers who can't get chiral contamination of good studies to understanding beaches. Okay, uh, I still don't understand beaches. I'm sure it will all become much more clear later on. And yet, this begs another question: if all that required, if all that is required is consciousness akin to that of a human, could an AI also have a beach? An android? I, for one, do not believe so. Why? Because the function of our beaches is to connect the worlds of the living and the dead. If an entity was never born, never truly lived, and will never know death, surely it cannot have a beach. Okay. 2.4 million years ago, Homo habilis started to craft stone tools. Hands are very important, do you think? Our other sensory organs massively interpret data. Our eyes light, our ears sound, our noses smell, our mouths taste, but our hands are different. To touch requires conscious action, to grasp more so, to connect that which is our left hand to that which is our right still more. And the handprints we see when BTs seek out humans, why, I'd say that's just evidence of our otherworldly friends yearning to forge a connection. They're still reaching out to us to attempt to bridge the gap between the realm of the dead and that of the living. Okay. Chiral network. So, the core infrastructure is complete. The basic Cupid-ready chiral network setup is good to go. Now all we need to do is connect the central knot city capital and prove that it really works. Sadly, I won't be here to see it. I've been assigned the expedition second group, so we'll be heading west with us. But the people in charge here, the best of the best. They have all the network operation. They have the network operational side of 3 years just planned. I'm sure of it. 3 years ago, before the first expedition. Okay. And while they're seeing that, I'll be visiting towns and whatnot across the country and putting the facilities in place for when things are ready, finally ready and running. Emil and Amelie, I forget how they pronounced it. in the cutscenes. And the others in the lead group will be finishing the connection groundwork. Make sure everything goes to plan. Afterwards, you'll just need to link them all up with Operation Cupid, and that should be that. It kind of sounds like the Apollo missions back in the day. They used a 3-stage rocket to get to the moon, right? Well, we're using a 3-stage process to do something almost as revolutionary. It's about a year now since we came here with the rear guard. The first folks through did did us a favour of setting up the chiral relay and patching things up before we arrived. So we're doing alright. Not sure about everyone else though. Folks back home sound kind of freaked out. We don't know what's going on in Central or Capital, let alone how Emil and the others have kept heading west and are doing. But something doesn't feel right. What's more, a lot of guys have developed some kind of agoraphobia. Like the thought of going outside scares the shit out. Oh, okay, so agoraphobia is not the thing Sam suffers from. That's so agoraphobia is the fear of going outside. Okay. See, the distro centers and way stations around these parts here aren't even like the ones back. They're much more isolated, out in the middle of nowhere. Can't help but feel cut off. There's not a lot of staff on and either, which means you often have to do the work of 2 guys, which can make it that much lonelier too. And then the fact that then you factor in the terrorism rumors. Also, is it just me, or does it feel like there's more mules out there these days? Don't get me wrong, I know they're not out to get us. All they want is our cargo, right? Well, that doesn't change the fact that they're not making our work any easier, especially since a lot of these guys used to be first-rate porters and could run rings around us if they hadn't, you know. Still, for now, the network systems are up and running, and we're just holding out for the day when the second expedition comes through, the working Cupid. Then, till then, we'll have to keep things chugging along, and not much we can do. Bridges and country, am I right? I'm full and pound failing. I volunteered when I volunteered. I volunteered to join Bridges. Signed up with my brother Victor. See, we're both remembered where we both remembered when America was still America, when we still had planes and satellites, when we're all still connected to everyone and everything. The world was different, bigger. We wanted it, and we wanted it back. He was chosen for the first expedition and hit the road damn near straight away. Me, I got told hang back here in Central, which is okay, I guess. Corpse disposal means taking your fair share of timefall in the line of duty. You get a sense for it after a while, a sixth sense for when the clouds are about to open up. Of course, the clouds themselves are a big tell. An inverse rainbow is guaranteed you're in some shit. But then they are smaller size too. Changes in the air, a smell on the wind. When it hits, you've got power outages to deal with. As far as I understand, which isn't all that far, it's got to do with high concentration of beryllium causing electromagnetic interferences or something, which interacts with water, kicks up clouds of ozone, which makes the temperature drop like a rock. Anyway, I may be used to timefall, but that doesn't mean I'm into it, believe me. I'm younger than I look. My big bros take a lot of pleasure in telling you that if you could see me now. Yeah, no, that's all the interviews. Alright. So and yeah, I already drank my my bit of monster. So
Brought you an astronaut. Mankind can go anywhere, even outer space. You'll be out of there in no time. And the second all this is over, I'm going to take you wherever you want to go.
oh, I didn't change the game difficulty. I'll do that. Um, do that now. Changing the game difficulty, and we started from your most recent save. Warning: if you change the game difficulty while orders are ongoing, you'll be evaluated on. Wait, hold on. Yeah. What I'll do is I'll go back to the private room. It allows me to go back to the private room. Then I'll save, change the difficulty, and then I'll make sure I'm not unfairly unevaluated. If he goes to sleep with all his stuff on, how does he end up like not?
Good morning, Sam.
That's very weird. Oh my god, I've got more mail. Okay. Okay. First things first. Put my glasses. Then things. Make sure I'm still topped up on my monster, I guess. And meaning of chirality. Dear Sam, sorry you had to go the trouble of chasing down that part for us. Believe me, you've done us a great service. Thanks to you, our printer's finally up and running. I don't think it would ever happen, to be honest, but it did, and now we don't have to rely on porters as before. We can make a lot of what we require with our printer, and if we need intel on the outside world, it's right there at our fingertips. On behalf of myself and everyone else here at the District Centre, thanks. None of this would be possible without you. Funny story, the other day I was using the network to read up on the word chiral and where it comes from. Turns out it's the Greek for hand. Yes, we did just read that. Bet you didn't know that, did you? I fucking did. You can't catch me out, Benjamin Hancock. The text went on about how your right hand is mirror image with left, but only if you put your palms together, and if you point them away from each other, lay them on top of each other. Well, that's chirality. That's how I understood it, anyhow. Well, what it's got to do with the network, I'm not really sure. Something about routing communications through the beach, which is basically another world like ours, but not really. So when you force elements of the two to contact, that triggers a void out. Anyway, all I know. Anyway, that's all I know. So while I hope to keep up on what you're doing to bring us together, best leave the dead out of it here. Okay. Establishing shipping. How's it going, Sam? So you put Port Knot City back on the map. Not bad. Folks around here seem pretty pumped about becoming part of the UCA, and all that comes with it, Carol printers especially. You should have seen their faces when I gave them a demo. It was like I was conjuring equipment out of thin air. Oh, and before I forget, I should also thank you for all the stuff you brought. And for taking care of that BT too. Take care of what BT? You've given everyone a shot of inspiration and courage to carry on. There's not much more that's precious than that these days. There was a time when I was so shit scared of BTs that I just wanted to shut myself away and hide forever. But that's not an option, and I know that now. We're on the front line here. Bridge isn't going to make it all the way to the west if we don't step up our game. But don't worry, we won't let you down. Get Port Knot City back on its feet in no time. I won't take up any more of your time. That's all I had to say. Anyway, a couple of the guys wanted me to write you to make sure that we've got your back. What may. We won't be throwing in the towels. Same goes for you, right? Yeah. Okay. Now, system. Save. Okay, save complete. Options. Game settings. Hard. Firm. Yeah. Yeah. And just to make sure we're absolutely the right thing, we're still at Port Knot City. Oh yeah, we've got a new mail. I didn't tell us about. Okay. Dear Sam, thanks for all your help again. The Carol printer's running like a dream. It feels like one too. Seeing all these new buildings popping up out there, it hasn't solved all of our problems, of course. Nearby wasteland is still crawling with BTs. Now we have now we can obtain a good chunk of our supplies via the network, and they can't interfere with that. I think we're connected, even when we're all the way out here. I didn't used to think that it was such a special thing, but the whole world was one big network back before the Death Stranding. Video, audio, text, every bit of information available for one troll. But now we've got one better. The Carol network and the printer can be used to send tangible things, well, in a way. Welcome to the new America. Once we're able to send food and medicine too, you won't have to put your neck out of the line for anyone's sake anymore. Hope that day comes soon. I really do. Okay. I thought they said like tangible things can't be sent through the network. Wait, what? Didn't I just read that? Yeah, I did. What? Okay, apparently I outpaced the alert. That's a weird one. Either way. Either way. Do I get another like scene with the dude? Oh, I guess we're the one we're already. Oh. Yeah.
This is what the world looked like hundreds of millions of years ago. It was just one big continent. And do you know what this is? The moon. I'll show you the real thing soon. I promise. The whole wide world will be yours to explore. You'll be able to go wherever you want. Even the moon.
I'm really interested in that. That story is like like really interesting. So but I'm definitely not going to force it along by keep sleeping or anything like that.
Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked.
Okay. There's no orders? What do you mean there's no orders? If there's no orders, then what do I do? Oh, I've got to go there. Okay, fair enough. I can do that.
Beginning scan. Have a pleasant journey.
Hey, didn't the guy say we don't get rain in Port Knot? What's up with that? Lying to us? Oh, well that's all of a sudden, isn't it? Jesus. Huh? I'm very confused.
The name's Higgs, the particle of God that permeates all existence.
Higgs, okay, yeah. I get that, because reference to the Higgs boson, yeah.
Dragged him into all this. Bloodied but unvowed. What's that? Bridget Strand is dead. America's last president dead and burned. Oh, and now the girl's been chosen to take Mommy's place.
How does he know that?
She's not cut out for politics, is she? Oh, but don't worry. I'll find her. And I'll keep her real safe. You see, I've come to understand the truth of the Death Stranding. Oh, there's so much you people don't know. The girl, for instance. She's not like you or me. Dooms ain't her thing. And she's more into destruction on a worldwide scale. An extinction entity. Oh, it's so hard to form connections when you can't shake hands. Fortunately, I've got a good connection to the other side. Now you're no bridge. To me, I'm bound to all of it. This world, that world, and our sweet little angel of death. You're on the menu. All it'll take is one itty-bitty void out to blow us all to kingdom come. So how about it? Aren't you getting tired of the grind? Isn't this what you've been waiting for this whole time? A game over.
Game over. Hey, Kojima? Game over. Yeah.
Heads up, Sam. According to our damage assessments, It would only take a single void out to total Port Knot City. A single BT allowed to make contact with a civilian would be enough. We can't let that happen. You've got to deal with that BT right now.
How do I... Okay, it's not that. Is it this? Yeah. And how do I then throw it? Okay. Did I get this, the thing with dealing with the BT, like, early? Because I slept? If so, that's a really weird glitch. What the fuck? The white boy is helping me. What a lad. The crabs. I'm confused. I don't have any of them left. So why are they still in my...
You've lost too much blood, and it's made you anemic. Perform a blood transfusion, or get some rest before you drop.
Game over.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough, I guess.
Heads up, Sam. According to our damage assessments, it would only take a single void out to total Port Knot City. A single BT allowed to make contact with a civilian would be enough. We can't let that happen. You've got to deal with that BT right now.
Oh, okay. That didn't work. use drop. The boy giving me more materials. Thank you, lads. Thank you. I can't. It's too far away. Might as well collect the materials. No. My stuff. I've got to climb. Gotta get out of the way. Is that it? Hell yeah. Oh, it turns into the thingy crystals, the handy crystals. What's that all about? A bee. Okay, I see. Just killing a BT is you know it's no big deal or anything.
Incredible. Simply incredible. For the first time in history, a human being has defeated a BT. Were you not a repatriate, I doubt it would have been possible. Not only does contact with your fluids pose no risk of triggering a void out, but in much the same way as your car is rejected by the beach, your blood can be used to expel BTs from our world and return them to the other side. You've given us hope, Sam. Perhaps we may yet be saved.
Be proud, my friend. Amelie's still waiting for you in the West. Head to your boat. It's ready. Get those supplies to Lake Knot City. We're
Going
just
on a
getting
boat?
started.
Going on a boat? Hell yeah. Oh, I don't need to. I don't need to equip this anymore. Can I put nothing, please? That'd be good. No, I just don't. There we go.
Gonna catch a ride on that boat, Sam? Before you do, be aware that you'll have to leave behind any cargo you haven't gotten around to delivering. It'd be a shame to abandon something important, though, especially if you were close to finishing a run. My advice, put that stuff in your private locker in Port Knot City. Or, if you're feeling responsible, you could just delay your boat trip until you've tied up loose ends. It's your call.
Wait, so I don't. I mean, all of the stuff I had was equipment, so
Snack?
You came
you.
through then.
I don't break that easy. Name notwithstanding.
You saw that asshole too, right?
Higgs. He's the leader of a separatist group.
Seemed to me like he was controlling that BT.
That's level 7 for you. Higher, maybe.
Seems like you know a lot about him.
Used to work together. Guess you could say we had a contract.
You did business with terrorists? Whoever pays, huh?
He wasn't like that back then.
So what's your angle? You want to save the world, or you want to fuck it all up like him?
I just wish things were different, all right? Here's all right. Don't worry, she still floats. Come on, we're the only cargo left.
Ooh. I don't know why you can change where BB's voice comes from.
We should get there tomorrow.
We're not even going to go through like half of the country. Okay.
I told you before, Sam.
The past just won't let go. Listen, I have something to ask of you. It has to do with that asshole, Higgs.
What about Hig?
Sam? Sam? Do you remember?
21st September.
It's almost time to go, Sam. I had no idea until you told me. No idea that I was alive. Living is no different from being dead if you're all alone.
Poor Mom. I don't want to go home. I don't want to go home.
Here. It's a dream catcher. Wear it when you sleep, and I'll keep the nightmares away. I'll always be with you. Did you forget how to go home? Come on. I'll take you halfway. And then you can do the rest by yourself. Better now? I'll be waiting for you on the beach. Come and find me.
I have no idea what's going on.
We used to play together a lot in this place.
You brought me here. I couldn't make the trip on my own.
So long as you have a body to return to, you can't come and go as you please.
So you can't just come back east through here.
Not until you make us whole again, Sam.
Say,
I'll be waiting for you on the beach. Come and find me.
okay.
I don't know how you sleep. Need a pick-me-up?
What are those, and why does she keep eating?
Welcome to Lake Knot City. What?
Nothing.
Let's go. This cargo is from Port Knot City, bound for Lake Knot. I'll leave these up to you. The dispatch terminal is up ahead. In the meantime, I've got some business to attend to. Later, alligator.
Cool. Sure. Oh my, there is a lot of stuff here. What a Chad. Everything on the back. So what? Oh, Jesus. they actually physically fall off. It's really funny. Can I... Is there a menu for your cargo?
Looks like you've got an empty container there, huh? Feel free to submit junk like that to Bridges. You might not have a use for it, but we do.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, I've got the aid, but then look back. Ouch. That's just suit. Okay. Okay, so that just changed by the okay. Yeah, I'll do for now. as soon as we deliver all this, I'm gonna rest and save, and then if we have anything to and we're gonna stop streaming because there's clearly still stuff I need to figure out in terms of getting this game streaming correctly.
Welcome. We were watching your boat move away. I hate to be a hard ass, but I've got to ask. Everything you're transporting above board? Nothing dangerous or illicit? I'm sure they checked you on the way in, but I'm gonna have to take a second look. All clear. Not picking up anything unusual. Cargo looks great too. Been a while since we got some of this stuff.
Hell yeah. You better be fucking happy. Cool. Quite a bit of likes.
Sorry for the hassle. Can't be too careful these days. Oh, we heard you were carrying a Cupid. That right? You're clear to link us up.
Hell yeah. Oh, look at that. Okay, so we went over that big fucking hole in the middle of the US, but we are the second area of the game. So I guess that must be like, so that first bit that we just played a bit, first third of the game, by the looks in terms of distance. There's going to be another section and then probably another transition, and because like this looks like there's a fracture between like in that very bottom corner. So it looks like that might be like a third kind of final little area bit. Oh wow, this looks a lot more um, not green.
So we're finally on the network. Long time coming. We won't hold anything back. Capital Knot City will get everything. If all this info sharing makes everyone safer, I'm all for it. You can bet I'm not the only one here who feels that way. I suppose it was better when Bridges 1 first came this way. At least I don't remember terrorists and BTs making our lives difficult back then. Well, be careful out there. The world's not what it used to be. And thank you.
Finally made it past ground zero, Sam. Congratulations. And thank you. It'll only get harder from here, though. When we first came through, it was different. Peaceful. The three cities out there, Lake, Middle, and South Knot, were all on board with our plans for reconstruction. Fragile Express was contracted by all three and kept supplies moving and people connected. But that all changed a year ago.
Oh,
The Separatists carried out their attacks. One
terrorists. Okay.
They
Oh,
detonated
ooh.
nukes from the old days.
Oh, damn.
South Knot City went up in the other.
That's
have enough
awful.
resources to link up the remaining cities on its own. We need to secure the support of everyone, even those who want nothing to do with the UCA. Impossible as that may seem.
The situation has changed dramatically since Bridges 1 first went west. The destruction of Metal Knot in particular forced us to adapt a new strategy. It's like Amelie said, we don't have
Amelie.
time or resources to construct another knot on that scale. That's why we've taken to cutting deals with preppers and the like. Our only recourse is to utilize their shelters to bolster the strength of the network.
Takes a special kind of person to live out here on their own. The kind that'll tell us to fuck off if we ask them to join the UCA.
Oh, we know. No one's expecting them to say yes up front. But even if they don't like dealing with most people, they got on okay with Fragile Express.
Don't tell me. You want us to use her credentials to get in good with them.
Bingo. She's agreed to it too.
And in exchange, she gets...
Nothing really. A chance to get back at Higgs, I suppose. I can't blame her for wanting one. He took everything from her and then some. Time healed some wounds, but not hers. The work ahead won't be simple or easy, but it needs doing. Get some rest for now. We'll talk more later.
I can always deliver the rest of that cargo and next it up.
Here.
For me?
It's called a keeper. It means knot in old words. You can also use it to count stuff. I add a knot when I make a friend.
Okay. Then how about I add another knot every time I see you? This must be very important to you if you were able to bring it here. Very special.
It is special. I made it for you.
I'll treasure it, Sam. Something to eat?
Why are you here?
Ask your boss man.
No. I mean, why are you here?
Got a delivery for a porter. You're gonna need this on the road ahead. This will ID you as an associate of Fragile Express. It's woven from my blood and chiral crystals. Think of it as a kind of bond.
Okay.
Preppers around these parts won't give you trouble so long as you've got it. We were the only people making deliveries out here. This was our territory. Until Higgs fucked it all up. Me, the Express, our reputation, all of it.
And now you want to fuck them back. On your own.
I'm not on my own. The cave, Port Knot City, next to your bed. So far apart, yet somehow we keep meeting. All that BT country in between where I should have been caught in void out. Yet here I am. Here I am.
You can use the beach?
I have a beach. You've got yours. I've got mine. I use it to jump across space. I I can't conjure up BTs the way Heeks can, but I can go after him, chase him to the beach. Problem is, everyone's got their own way in. I'm only allowed to pass through the beach I know and understand. I'm sure you've heard the term multiverse.
Yeah, yeah.
You alright?
The jumps take a lot out of me. Suck my blood dry. You're going to Edge Knot City, right? Place is full of terrorists. But if you're dead set on it, then you're gonna have to deal with Heek sooner or later.
Look, I make deliveries, killing monsters and terrorists. It's not what I do.
What if we did it together? I could use my power to help you.
Neat.
We don't have to want the same thing to be on the same side. I could send you across my beach to any place the Chiralian's thick enough. Any place connected to the chiral network.
What do you expect in return?
I expect you to think it over. Here. Call it an incentive. And call me if you need me.
So this is like in-universe fast travel. Okay, yeah. Feel that.
This will keep us connected. See you when I see you.
Sure. Fast travel. Yeah. But we can't take. But yeah. Okay. Sure. But you can't. With this, I don't quite get this. Like, why is there figures and stuff? Are they just there for aesthetics? Like now, how like on the table we have got the cryptid bites and fucking giant monster we killed. I guess that one's meant to be yours then. Can we go around to see it better? Like it. What an interesting little thing. Yeah, but either way, I'm absolutely doing. Gonna read my mail, read the data, and head up. Hey Sam, can't tell you how good it is. How good it was to see you coming out of the water on that boat. First time welcomed so much as a turd in what must be 2 years now. Some folks were even saying everything east of Ground Zero must have been wiped out completely. Occasional messages drifted in from HQ, but people, not a one. We had half given up on the Cupid ever being finished. On the second expedition, the whole shebang. When you showed up with a working Cupid to boot, a knight in shining armor. Don't mean sorry, I don't mean sound like I'm not grateful. I am. More than you know. Every single person here is waiting for someone like you to come along. There'll be more waiting west of here. A lot more. Go do your best to find tips. Get out of my face. Tips. Preppers. When I was a little girl, my father told me that preppers were people who decided long ago that they couldn't trust our nation to be there for them anymore. That the bonds between us had grown weak, long before Death Stranding. Once we had a network spanning the whole whole wide world, what could send items anywhere to anywhere, connect one with anything, anyone with anything. We were still isolated. Still, some liked it that way. They even wanted more. They wanted walls along their borders to turn away refugees and outsiders. Even some wanted few new nations all of their own. They began to see the state as an enemy of their freedom, not a protector of it. The one, well, what's the wrong statement there? Ones most far gone, they didn't trust the country to defend them if something really went wrong. War, terrorism, natural disaster, name it. So they built shelters and stocked full of supplies, supplies in preparation for the worst. Then the worst happened. The Death Stranding. America ceased to exist, and their shelters became their home, where they would live and where they would die. But while they hadn't prepared to live there forever, which is why they wound up relying on us couriers so heavily. My father and I didn't want to go back to the old America. Didn't want to live in a country that pushed people apart. Want to be one that brought them together, that allowed them to support one another. That's what we try to work towards. Neat. When I first laid eyes on the lake here at Ground Zero, I was blown away by the sheer size of it. I never imagined anything to be so huge. This was just after the Death Stranding. Not many people had seen the craters up close yet. Back when I was still living with my parents and my brother on the East Coast, an explosion like nothing the world had ever seen before tore a great hole in the heart of it. There was all kinds of rumours floating about at the time, but that it was a meteor, that it was a nuke dropped by another country. I was just a kid, and I couldn't even tell the adults didn't have a clue. So you can imagine how it felt. So how I felt. And then found that there had been other explosions, not just here in America, but all the world over. By the time we learned there were void outs and what void outs were, the country was pretty much done. But hey, that was then, and this is now. All the things looking up. I just got told my kid brother's still alive. World is heading up a corpse disposal team in Capital Knot City, and handled his shit well enough to get picked for the second expedition. 3 more years and he'll be out here with me. Can't wait to see him again. Oh, that's sad. Sad. Alright. Let's go. So, hopefully I can find out what the problem with. Hopefully I can find out a solution for encoding. I'll see if there's a way I can fit another graphics card in. We'll see. We'll see. I'll do my best. Yeah. Quickly. Yeah. Directory. It's following. Load. You can do this. Randomize. Yeah. Yeah. Harry. It's a good choice. Yeah. Mario might even load for me. Hopefully.
Is
Yeah.
into his
Yeah.
videos for like a long time. Oh, you watch NCS first? Yeah, I watch NCS too, like, as well. Not as long as Chugga, but I still watch it.